Hi guys, welcome back to another video vlog. I'm going to be answering some more questions. If you can see this pile behind me, don't you love that pile? That pile is actually the stuff that came out of Daniel's box that goes underneath his bed. And I'm currently cleaning up the bedroom right now, so yeah, it is cluttered, it is crazy. I'm trying to narrow it down. We're not 100%, like we're 100% moved in, but we're just waiting for the loan to go through. And that way we can fully finish purchasing the house. And I just want to give you some information on myself. I'm putting Mason's brace back into his shoe, but I just want to give you some information on myself. I am almost 24 years old. I'll be 24 in less than 2 weeks. And I am a mother to 3 children, ages 5 months old, almost 4 months old, or really close to 4 months old, and an almost 7-year-old. And I have a fiance. I was previously married to the older two's dad, and like I said, I was previously married. So that went crazy cuckoo. And then my fiance, he is the father of my 3-year-old, or my 5-month-old. I keep saying he's 3 months old, but he's not 3 months old. I just wish he would stay that age. So anyways, I had a question. I'm going to answer 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4, 5. I'm going to be answering 5 questions. So on this one, hold on, let me mark it so I know where to stop. I know where to begin and where to stop. So, depending on, okay, so originally when I had people send me questions, I was doing it, I was just going to answer them all and then do like certain video clips. And then I decided to do each question on its own while I do something around the house. And honestly, I love that idea. I love doing one at a time. It's easier for me and I can just upload it right away. Same with these questions. So some of them will be answered by themselves. Some of them will be answered different ones all together, like 4 or 5 at a time. Bear with me, guys, because I'm trying to do the best that I can. And the kids are at my grandma's this weekend, so that makes it easier for me to answer questions. So, on to asking these questions. Let me turn you guys some. When I said turn, I didn't mean like that. If you guys want to see my previous answer to the questions I have been asked, definitely comment, and I will do that. I'm trying to set you guys up, that way I can move. Okay, let's do this as best as I can. Okay, man. I can't really lift my butt up off the ground. That's hard. So let's get into this. I think I might be hearing a baby cry. I don't know. So I'm just tossing everything up on the bed behind me. Okay. So it says, how do I manage to take care of my kids? So the way that I take care of my kids is just like everybody else. When I try to limit trips to the store with Daniel, because there's 1 of me and 3 of them, and it's easier for him to carry, like I'll carry, that did not go as planned. I will carry Lex in my lap or strap him in via baby carrier while I stroll around. So I do it that way. But it's also hard for me to try to get everything I need, have the kids, because Mason has, I love him to death, but Mason has ADHD, and then Aubrey, I think she does too, like school's saying that they're seeing it in her. So that is that. So it's just, I limit trips for when Daniel's home, because it makes it easier for us to do everything. Now, when the kids are in school, or when Lex starts walking, and I can be like, Lex, stay with me, you know, it's easier to do that. This bag has to be gone through. So yeah, it makes it easier that way. If you see me putting anything over this way, it's get rid of stuff. But that is, I deal with it just the same. I limit, now call me crazy, but the kids will get like cereal, not milk in it, but like they'll get cereal for a snack, and then they'll put the bowl in the sink, and then they're like, I want leftover spaghetti and meatballs for lunch, and then they eat it and put it in the sink. I think it's a personal waste. Like, it adds way too much stress on me. It adds too much piling up in the sink, and it's just a really big cuckoo crazy, unnecessary. It's not necessary, you guys. So what I have them do is I will have them rinse out their bowl, set it up on the stove or the counter or wherever like the designated spot is for that day. And I have them go through it, or not go through it, but I have them clean it, wipe it down, or whatever the case may be, or just even set it up there. And then we reuse the same bowl. We'll reuse the same bowl for the rest of the day. And that's how I get through that crazy mess of just saving on dishes. The other way that I do things is I'll cook meals ahead of time, and I'll make a lot for leftovers and all that fun junk. So we won't have like vegetable soup or whatever, like minestrone soup, and I'll cook enough of it for like 2 or 3 days, and then whatever's left will go in the freezer. It saves me from having to cook all the time. They have a snack drawer that they get their snacks out of, and that's how they, like I said, that's how they get their snacks. So it's easier on me from grabbing all the time, grabbing their snacks, and having to do that. Let's see what else is there. Another thing is, guys, I parent just like anybody else. So Lex, I'll have him in a swing, and I'll rock him back and forth like with my foot or something at the bottom of it. I'll prop up his bottle because it is getting hard for me to hold him and feed him, and I'll prop up his bottle and I'm right there with them. Cleaning around the house, like if Lex is throwing a fit and Daniel's not here to hold him, then I will physically put him on my lap, strap him in my chair, and we will clean and work that away. Another thing that I do, I'm reaching over in here in my closet. The closet of the mist. Okay, so another thing that I do is I try to keep everything minimal as possible as I can. That way it's less stress on me, and then it makes it easier on the kids too when they do their chores. And yeah, so that's just, what was the question again? How do I manage to take care of my kids? So that's how I do it. We try to do the buddy system when we're out. Like, I'll be like, Mason, stay with Aubrey, Aubrey, stay with Mason, like, there's only 2 of them. That's just how it's always been. They stick with each other. That way there's no, like, running off or anything like that. I may give Mason that power of he's in charge of Obs to make sure she doesn't run off anywhere. And then the same thing with Mason. And then, like, they know their limits. Like, I'm like, you can only go about 4 or 5 feet in front of me, no further than that. Don't go too far. If I can see that you are too far, or you turn around and you physically can't see that I'm relatively close, you're gone too far. Like, that's how it is at the parks. So that's just how I manage to have kids. They do have chores. They have what do you call it? We have boundaries, chores, what is it? Boundary, chores, responsibilities, consequences in it. So, like, they know if they do something, there's a consequence. My kids aren't perfect. Nobody's kids are perfect. They will throw their temper tantrums. They will act like a crazy baboon child that doesn't know how to act right. Like, it comes with life, guys. It comes with being a parent. So don't stress about it. I try to live moment by moment. Like, I try not to let what my kids did yesterday be today. Like, every day's a new day. Now, some things I do that with, because I'm like, I can't, like, you can't, when you have kids, you can't be oblivious to how they are and their personality and what they do. So, like, Mason, I have to know that, like, he likes to walk backwards. Everywhere we go, he likes to walk backwards. So I'm just like, I can't let yesterday's fact go that he walked backwards and then go out in public today and then just, like, ignore the fact that he needs the reminder of not walking backwards. Like, I have to judge him based upon yesterday to remind him again today not to walk backwards, because I know he's going to walk backwards. That makes sense. Like, we were at Kroger's and he walked backwards into a little island thing and knocked everything down. He tried walking backwards in a parking lot because I don't even know his rhyme or reasoning on that one. I don't know why he walked backwards. A lot of kids walk backwards, but he kind of goes to the extent of walking backwards. This goes to my vacuum. So, like I said, I try not to let yesterday's issues and what happened affect today's. But at the same sense, like, I have to remind myself, like, you know, this is what this child does. This is what, you know, you have to remind them that this is what could happen. What else is there? So, what are my hobbies? So, actually, believe it or not, as crazy as it is, I like to crochet. I like to sew. I love to paint. Like, I love to paint. I love to do things around the house. Granted, like, I can't do it by myself. Like, painting the walls, I physically can't do it by myself. But it gives me a peace of mind that I can do things. My other hobby is just going out and doing things. You know, my hobby and my life goal is to show that I can do everything just the same as everybody else. And that became, like, my hobby. Even with limitations. You know, modifications, limitations. You know, I tried, like, I know my limits. Like, I know I'm not going to jump over a 6-foot log like a horse does. You know, I'm not going to be able to do none of that. Like, I know. So I'm not going to do it. But I am going to do the things that I know that I can do. Like, I want a pro mod when I grow up. That's when I grow up. I want a pro mod at some point in time in my life. And I came across pictures of my grandpa. My grandpa died 2 months ago. I wasn't expecting to come across these. But I tried to not let things happen. I just try to live moment by moment. Another hobby of mine is I love to cook. I love to clean. I gave my mindset of that, like, it's hard for me to clean. So when I can sit there and, like, I told myself, like, I love to clean. I love to clean. I love to clean. I do have OCD. And it's not as bad since I've had kids because I let that go. But it's a thing of, like, to me, physically, if I can do something on my own and I can clean it, that makes me happy. That makes me feel like I've accomplished something. Cleaning your house may not be like a big, huge milestone accomplishment to you. Cleaning a dresser off, you know, that's like, oh, I cleaned my dresser off. I did this or I did that. Like, you don't understand. Like, it may have took you 10 minutes, but it took me like 30 minutes. Like, here I am sitting here and I've done, this video is 11 minutes and the other one was like 15 minutes. And I've only done like this much right here. Right? My like stretch and little bit of movement. Like, that's a lot to me, guys. So just be patient with yourself. And just do what you can. I know Baby Bug's starting to wake up, so I know I'm not going to get as far as I want to. Or what I thought I'd get to. So, yeah, there's that. So I like to do things hands-on. I like to be as creative as I can. I like to cook. I like to sing. I like to be an optimistic, bubbly person. Like, that's just me. And it makes me happy knowing that I can do those things because I can. You know, I can be an advocate to others YouTube is my hobby. I didn't start YouTube for the money like a lot of people started it. I started as a hobby. I started it as a way to document my life and my children, and watching them grow up. That way I can look back on it and watch them and everything that we've been through. And you know, when I see the things that happened 3 or 4 years ago when I started, it was 3 years. July 7th is when I started, and by doing that, I know that by seeing that, I'm just like, wow, look at how much I've accomplished. Look how much I can do, and I can go, and I can, like, I'm not that person that I was that many years ago. Like, I'm still that bubbly person, but I'm not trapped in a toxic relationship. I'm not trapped in a relationship where somebody's beating me and the kids, and drugs are so much more important, and cheating and having an affair, and we're not worrying about his wife and kids at home. Like, I'm not in that relationship. Like, I know I wasn't meant to be treated like that, but my mind was, if I just stayed longer, if I just changed, if I wasn't the person that I was, and I did the things that he did. Like, this tattoo was because I wanted something that, I just wanted something that he'd be, like, proud of. It didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter how on top of the house I was. It didn't matter to him. Like, as his wife, I was a booty call. As his wife, I was a booty call. As the mother of his kids, I was a booty call. So, that's all I was. All I was. I was never referred to the mother of my mother of my children. I was never referred as his wife. I was nothing. But a whole nother topic. That's why I started YouTube. And I just like to do everything. Like, I consider everything as a hobby. Like yard work. Like, I don't try to look at things as chores and dreadful things. I look at it as, like, that positive thing of, like, I like doing this. I like to do this, because my mindset is that if I can do something like anybody else, that's an accomplishment. If I can do it now, I want to see how far and how long I can do it. Like, I want to push limits on myself and go beyond my expectation and everything. And I just look at it like it's a hobby. Like, I love to do it. What motivated me to create my channel? So what motivated me to create my channel was I wanted to document my journey with my CMT. I wanted to document my kids. And I love to clean, but I never actually, like, 100% had the motivation to do it because of my CMT. So if I had content of me cleaning, like, it pushed me to clean, to do an hour of cleaning, even though I physically couldn't. It gave me that drive and that will to go and just conquer it and do it. And I may have not gotten everything done like somebody else does in an hour, but I accomplished that I cleaned for an hour in my house. And it was content to share with you guys. It was real life. It was just all that stuff. I wanted to show that I'm a happy, bubbly person with my children. And I don't look to my kids as they're my best friends. I look to them as they're my kids. I respect them. I value what they have to say and do. But they're not my best friend. My best friend is my husband. He is where my mind needs to be. Well, my fiance, soon to be husband. You know, like, he is their father. He does more things than their father does. He makes sure they're straight. He makes sure that they get disciplined. He makes sure that they're out learning how to play football and princesses and dress up. And he makes sure that they have clothes on their back. He makes sure they have food in their stomach. He makes sure they go to their doctor's appointments. Like, he's there. So, I just wanted to show that just because your life is different than others, You're not different. Like, you're unique. You're unique. But don't ever think you're different than anybody else. That you're not meant to be like somebody else. So how do I manage my guilt as not to be able to do everything with my kids? So honestly, I face a lot of guilt with that. My guilt is that I know I can't go out there and run with my kids. I know I can't, like, I sit on the steps while my fiance goes and plays with the kids out in the yard. I know that I can't physically get up on the playground with them and play and chase them and tackle them and, you know, swoop them up and everything. But you know what? My kids know. They understand. Kids didn't ask for perfect parents. They asked for parents to try. And, like, I can't, until we get the yard where all of the holes are fixed from the groundhog that's out there, I can't go out in my yard. I can't go out there. I sprained my ankle a couple of days ago. Like, I'm walking on it because I can't really feel it, but I know I sprained it. And it's just one of those things of having CMT. Like, you lose muscle, you lose feeling. So I know that I can't go out there. But you know what I do? I water the plants with them on the back porch. I help them clean the house. I play video games with them. I play dress up. I play cars. I do all the things that accommodates them. I sit on the floor with them and we play board games. We read books. Things that aren't really active. And then I leave all the active stuff to Daniel. When we are being active, like when we're going for walks, I'll be like, let's race each other. Let's go vroom, vroom, vroom and go fast and go crazy and see if you can outrun me or if I can outdrive you. And you know what? I turn the speed down. Because my chair is going to go faster than them. It can go up to like 12 miles an hour. I'm not kidding. That thing is fast. Okay? That thing's fast compared to a child. So I crank it down. Or I'll crank it up one. Like, I'll have it at speed 1 mile or half mile per hour. But originally I'd be going half a mile because I tap it. And then I'll go up and I'll go 2 miles an hour. But then I'll tap it at a half mile. Or I'll turn it down. I'll be going 70 miles, or I'll be going 70%. And I'll turn it down to 30. And we have that fun. I'm like, go, go, go. Like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to outrun you. Like, they just want fun, guys. They want fun. So, guilt, I deal with it daily. I deal with the mental abuse that I have on myself because of it. Granted, it didn't help when I was married with that person. And he told me, I'm not even going to tell you what he told me, but I am the best mother that I damn sure could be. And if it wasn't for my kids or my family motivating me not to use my chair, I had my chair when I needed it, but if it wasn't for my self-motivation and my family and my kids, I would be a lot worse with my disability than I would be with them. Like, my kids keeping me on my toes, constantly needing things, keeps me motivated, keeps me going, keeps me running. And you know what? My kids get it. They get that mommy's really hit this time of her life where she needs her chair, and mommy needs things that I wouldn't be able to get them on their own. So Aubrey would be like, I'm hungry, can I have a snack? I'm like, yeah, go get out of your snack drawer. Or Mason would be like, can I have something to drink? And I'm like, I filled your water bottle up this morning. And he'll go and get it. He'll get it out of the refrigerator. He'll get Hobbs out of the refrigerator. So, it's all about being a family and a team anyways, because that's what a family is. You're in the family for a reason. You are a system. You are all of this that you need to be. Kids are going to need chores. Kids are going to need physical therapy. They're going to need physical activity. They're going to need to know limits and everything. But you know what? I don't see it any different. I see it differently in physical activity that I can and can't do with them. But we're all the same. There's nothing that's changed. There's nothing that's different. You got to discipline them. You got to teach them, you stay with me. You can only go this far. There's no limit. If Mason wants to go hiking, I'll be like, ask Mama Jessie to take you, or Daniel will take them, or something. I physically can't go, but you know what? I look at it in the sense of, it's depressing that I can't go with them, but they're getting that one-on-one time with them. And so you guys look at it as. Alright, Baby Bug woke up. I'm gonna go help him. Or I'm gonna go get him situated and everything, and then come back in here when he goes take another nap and finish getting the rest of this room. I've actually made a pretty big, decent impact since I got to the closet area. Alright, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys!